when a survivor comes to our clinic, we first start with some very basic questions about what devices do they use, what devices that go between them and the abuser. Do they live with the abuser? Do they have shared custody of children? Who bought the phone? What phone plans they use, etc. How do they manage passwords? Then we go to, once we understand about the technology, we assess their technology exposure. We go on to understand how that assessment matches with their concern that they are observing in real world or physical world. You are worried about that your partner may be knowing your locations, they might be showing up at places that you are worried about. And the second thing you're worried about, that your phone calls or some kind of conversation that he somehow knows.
Yeah, calls or messages.
Calls and messages primarily. Okay, so this is what we're going to do next. We're going to scan your devices just to check for any kind of suspicious apps that may be concerning, that may be the reason for this, for your partner to know your locations. So you're going to scan the phone. You're not going to look at any of your data. It's only going to look at the apps. We will not take any private pictures, private information from the phone. And we will also not leave any trace in the phone. So once we are done scanning, it will go back to where it was, so that your partner will not know that it was done. So based on our assessment, we then do two things. One is we scan their devices using a tool we call ISD that we developed. And that tool looks for potentially malicious applications in the phone. These malicious applications could be somewhere from extremely egregious like spyware, mSpy, FlexiSpy, could be something more dual use like iCloud, or it can be Live 360, for example, that is used for family and children to track each other, but can be surreptitiously used to track the survivor. So we scan for those devices, for those applications, and then work with the client to understand whether they recognize those apps. Do they know if those apps exist? Did they install it? Did their partner install it without their consent, etc. And then we look into the settings in their online accounts like iCloud, Google accounts, SnapMap, etc., Facebook, and try to understand if those may be the reason for that enable the abusive partner to be able to spy on them. Once we do the investigation by looking into their applications installed and the online accounts, then we go into actually whatever we found, we do a safety planning in the presence of an advocate. In the safety planning includes few things. First of all, we do not make any changes in the phone or any accounts because any changes could be dangerous and could escalate the situation. So we work with the client and the advocate to understand their risk exposure and the risk of making any changes, and based on the client's decision, we do whatever the client thinks best for them. The second thing we also do is making them aware of the situations, making them aware of what may be the reason or cause behind how the abuser is learning about them.